What's up, my Muppets? I'm back, people. I hope you missed me. I feel like I'm Meredy Snickets and a series of unfortunate events. So let me fill you in. I recently just got back from getting bubble tea, and I feel like I've been poisoned. No, honestly, I haven't had sugar in a minute, so I think my my body's just like not used to it because my stomach is doing a mamba. There's like a what's that movie? Not Level X, Party X or whatever, that movie where they're throwing kids off the roof and stuff. And I feel like that's what's going on in my stomach. So I feel like I have limited time. So I'm going to try to make this not as long as it usually is, because I usually do like 42 an hour. But I do have to fill you in on some shenanigans. So I'll continue and I'll keep you updated on the festivities and going on in my abdomen. Alright. So that happened. I just feel like really sickly. But don't worry. It's not a touch of the COVID. I just feel... I honestly feel like, you know, on Halloween. On Halloween when you have like a bunch of sugar. I mean, I never got sick like that, but I guess I haven't been eating fatty foods. I've been having tuna and crackers and Greek yogurt. So I just don't get as much sugar as I used to. But damn. Yeah, I feel really sickly. I just popped a Tylenol PM or whatever. It's definitely not Tylenol PM, I'm lying. It was an aspirin. But it's that bootlegged aspirin. It's that aspirin Walmart brand, you know, like in quotes under it. But I had one of those and apparently it's not working yet. So yeah, that happened. In the meantime, because I think the last episode was 2 weeks ago. I didn't have anything. I didn't really have anything good, so I said, I'll wait and I'll have more when the time comes. Wow, I feel really sick right now. I don't want to pull a Wendy Williams when she went. Let me tell you the truth. That woman, she said some wild shit. I don't know when she said it, but I didn't like it. And I was like, I don't really care for Wendy Williams. But she recently burped and farted at the same time on live television. And let me tell you, she has gained back my full respect. If I met Wendy, I would be like, Wendy, 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 Wendy. I don't care about your past. I don't care about the things you said. But I need to tell you, that was awesome. And I'm going to play the audio, and I'm not goofing on her. I'm just saying that's awesome. And it really is. To be honest with you, who else do you know that, not even in your real life, who has burped and farted at the same time? And she did it on TV. And I think that's awesome. Let's say Wendy Williams. Oh, see, I was already in my history. That's a problem. Alright, we gotta do it. And the best part is, man, they show the audience, and there's people laughing. Why can't people... Oh, here it is. And the best part is that the little fart. It's like... Let's see. Let me put it louder for you guys.
I apologize.
Come on.
It's a matter of time. She's not lonely.
That's awesome. That's like a cartoon fart. And I love...
I apologize.
People in the back are clapping their hands. Wendy rocks, like I said. She lost me a little bit because she says something. I don't know what she said, but I was like, I don't like that. And I was like, But, I mean, she recovered very well. She just went, ooh, And there's nothing to say. Like, there's no explanation. She just said, what happened? She moved on. She went right back to her gossip. Let me tell you, that's like... I don't know what to say. But let me tell you, she's easily one of my favorite people on television now, because just from that. So she could honestly say some crazy shit, and I'll give her like a pass. Because of that. And like I said, if I ever meet her, I'm gonna slap her on the back and I'm gonna say, Wendy, like, there's things that I see and hear in my life that will always be there. You know, like when I die and all the memories flash through. That'll be one of them. Did I want that? No. But is it gonna be there? Yeah. When I'm 80, I'll be like, yeah, that happened with Wendy Williams. Like, my grandkids and my kids maybe won't even know who she is, but there's, like, pockets, like, little pockets in your mind. And that, like, maybe 0.000, I'm not going to say 1, maybe 0.0, maybe even 1% is filled up by that memory. It's not even my memory to have. But that's awesome. Let me tell you. Respect. Put some respect on her name. If you didn't respect Wendy before, put some respect on her name. Respect with the K. Respect. Wow. Yeah, so I'm not trying to pull a Wendy Williams. I do not feel so good, though. I think, honestly, if something were to happen, I'll throw up. And wouldn't that be something if I threw a ball over my new computer and my microphone? I think I throw up and then I'd cry on top of everything. But let's just move on, people. Sorry if you get weirded out by that. Didn't want to go there, but I'm just trying to fill you in on my life. Ooh. Let's see. So, oh yeah. Okay, so I went skiing. That was a pretty big deal. Because I've never gone skiing. I've spoken about the last time I went to an icy mountain on this podcast, and that was when I went snowboarding. And my instructors never taught me how to stop. I'm a gutsy person, so I said, let me go down this, Black Diamond Mountain or whatever it's called. And I went down there with a head full of steam, with goals, with my aspiration in life. I had went down there with big aspirations, and I didn't know how to stop. And I must have been going like 60 miles an hour. Like, if you were next to me, I would have blown your hair back. And I went down so hard, I bounced 3 times. I heard every bone in my body crack, and there was like a white kind of, it was like a ghost came out of my body, and then it went into the Alps, and I'll never see that again. And I don't feel whole since that happened. So I said, I'm not going to go back. But then I said, skiing is something different. So I went to American Snow, which is in New Jersey. And they have like a ski lodge, and they also have a water park, and they have the Nickelodeon World in there. And me and my sister went to the Nickelodeon World, and some kid like spit up water, and they wouldn't let us walk past it. And I said, I could just walk past the puddle. And they're like, no. This was pre-COVID. And then SpongeBob almost slipped in it, and we almost fell out of some rides, and I had to like wait online for a ride because that was like, it was a few months after they opened, but they were having a lot of difficulty still. And I was waiting for this ride, and it said, oh, it'll be ready in 45 minutes. And I waited 45 minutes, and then they're like, all right, the guy's here, and he's going to test it. And they tested it, and you see the ride going almost up like, there's like an incline, and it makes it halfway up, and then it goes down, and I'm like, that's it. And then I just like, got upset, and I complained. And I got like a voucher, but then COVID happened, so I didn't go back, and I'm going to try to, finagle with them for a new voucher, but I don't think they're going to give it to me, to be honest. But I'm going to be, you got to go in there aggressive and sassy. And when they see you like, let me talk to your manager, then people get scared. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm not like that, but sometimes you got to turn it on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I went skiing, and at first I didn't know what was going on, to be honest with you. Some guy was telling me, he's like, oh, it's easy. Like, he was telling me things like, oh, you just do this. Like, just do this? He was like, you do the spaghetti and then the french fry and then you're fine. And it's like, okay, giving me like child terms of like childish foods and explaining to me that's how I stop and go. I mean, it doesn't help me. I don't know how to ski. I've never skied in my life. And this dude's like, oh, do the pizza shape and then do the french fry shape. And it's like, are you even going to show me what that shape is? I don't know. But they're just being rude. Like, do this, do that. It's easy. What do you not get? And I was like, I'm paying you for this. So, me and my friend went up. There's a practice area where you could do there's a practice area where you practice turns. And me and my friend were up there and we were like, where's the sticks? We thought that they give you the sticks for skiing. And those are for speed, but nobody told us that either. So we were up there, and it's honestly like it's like mostly mental. So we had one guy that wasn't really explaining well, and he was being a little sassy to me, and I was gonna give it back to him, but I was running. You pay for like per the hour, so I'm not trying to spend my time arguing. That's for another time. So then this guy comes up to us, and he's like, "Oh, I'll take a picture of you guys if you want," And he took a picture of us, which was really sweet. He wasn't taking a photo of us for himself. He was taking a photo like with our phones. So don't get nervous, people. But then so he was like, "Yeah, it's like how you drive. You don't think about it." And you don't look at your steering wheel while you drive. You just drive in the direction. And he's like, it's the same thing with your feet. So you just like look at where you're going and your body will move towards it automatically. And I was like, that's some hippie bullshit. That's what I thought. And honestly, that is how you ski. You look at where you're going and your feet follow. Your body just automatically goes towards where you want, which is amazing. And God bless his soul, because he was really awesome, and he was really excited for us to learn. And he was just telling me, like, you come here and you don't have a good time, you hurt yourself, you never want to come back, which is what happened to me before. And he explained to us, and we're just a wonderful man. If you ever go, his name is Joe Pal. I'll drop his name. Joe Pal, he's a sweet man. If you see him, give him a hug and say, this is from Mary Grace. Don't do that. It's COVID times, and he'll probably think I'm a weirdo. So don't do that. But just, you could look for him. He's a sweet man. So let me go back to what I'm saying here. I hope that's not his real name. Like I thought it was like his like rock star name or something, because it just seems too good to be true. So back to what I was saying. My stomach is like, it's like a washer machine in there. A washer machine. So yeah, we were doing the training area, and we did that like 10 times, and then me and my friend conquered it. But we were like, we don't want to. We were definitely not doing the ski lift. That was not going to happen. Because it's literally the practice area, then a small slope, and then a humongous slope. And we just weren't ready. That's like teaching a child how to ride a bike. And then it's like you expect them to go down, Mount Vesuvius or something. It's not going to happen. It takes time, young grasshopper. You have to learn. It takes time. So we weren't even going to do the small slope. But then we saw our man Joe. We did it, Joe. We did it. Where the hell's my stimulus, bruh? Where's my stimulus? Where's my stimmy? Where's my stimuli? My sister got it and I didn't. Why, Joe? Why? Just give me the stimulus. Let me be a part of the group that gets the stimulus. It makes me sad because I keep checking and it's like we don't have enough information, or just come on, people. Just I want to have some extra money too, So back to what I was saying. You guys don't care about that. You guys don't care if I have money in my pocket. Well, maybe some of you do, but, Mama needs a new pair of sandals. You feel me? What was I even talking about, man? I got all mixed up with Joe. Oh, yeah, so our buddy Joe was like, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, we're going to go back on the training slope. Because we just didn't feel comfortable yet going on the small slope. And he was like, no, go up there. You guys are fine, go up there. If you guys did the training slope, you're fine. And we were like, we weren't going to go, but then he gave us the confidence to go up there. So we went up to the small slope, and we were awesome. Like, we both went down with ease, and I was like gliding, and, I was making turns, and it was awesome. It was really like, you feel so free in that moment. And they're so much easier to use, the skis, because the snowboard is so heavy. And once you go down, you're just laying there. Like, I remember, I have no core strength, so I would just lay there. And then, like, kids were doing 360s over me and, like, doing ollies off my feet and stuff like that. So that was just a sad moment. And, they would come up to me and be like, you can't just lay here. And I'm like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I need help. I need assistance. So, just not fun things. Not fun things that I like to remember. So we kept doing it, and, sometimes I do a good thing too much until it becomes a bad thing, So there was one time he's like, you have to watch where you're going, because if you're not looking to where you're going next, you're not giving yourself enough time to, like, make that decision to move, and, like, you're not moving towards it. So there was one time I wasn't focused on where I was going. I was like looking somewhere else, and he's right. And I took out a whole fence, took it right out of the fake snow, and then so that happened, and I was just honestly, I was standing there, and then I just laid there because that's like my defense mechanism with skiing or snowboarding. I just lay there because after a while, it's like, what can I do? I can't move, so I just laid there until somebody helps me. So my friend waved her hands and jumped around, and then she got somebody to help. And the guy was like, "That's your friend? She needs help." And my friend was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "But isn't it fun to watch her suffer?" And what kind of sick remark was that? I was laying tangled up in that fence for 15 minutes. And he said, "But isn't it fun to watch me suffer?" And he came over, and then he took off my skis, and then I walked down and I put my skis back on. But the audacity. Is it like, aren't I paying you to assist me? And then I was like, I felt so good. We did like another 2 or 3 times, and I was like, one last time, one time for the one time. And we went up there, and I was up there with full confidence, and it was awesome. Like, I was like, "You got this, Mary. You got this, Mary. You got this, Mary." That's what I was saying the whole time. But I'm new to the ski game. So I was skiing down the slope, and there's this kid. He's behind me, but I'm like, he's picking up a lot of speed. And he wipes out right in front of me. And I'm new to this, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just, telling myself I can do it, and my body's sort of kind of just doing what it's doing. And I hope for the best. But he fell in front of me, and that completely distracted me. So I had a choice. Focus on the path that I'm going, or focus on trying to avoid this guy. Because literally my skis were going right for his head. So I, of course, decided I just need to get away, like as far away as I can from this kid, because I don't want to hurt him. So what I do is I move my body completely in the other direction. And guess what? I take out like 4 fences. And I am completely, like, my arms and my legs are tangled up in the fence. And then I was trying to move, and then I just laid there again. And then I was just trying to call for assistance anybody that was passing by, and then like a girl wiped down next to me, and then she was able to get up because I guess she had core strength. My belly is just, there's nothing there. Like sopranos have strong legs. I have strong legs, but no core. So I was just laying there, and it was really a shame. I couldn't even reach the skis. I couldn't even reach the skis. My little belly was just like, nope, you're not going to get through. And I couldn't even unlock the skis, so I was just laying there. And then I called some girl over, and I was like, "Can you please help me? Can you please take off my skis?" And she's like, "No problem." She took off the skis, and then I walked down, and we left. Because it was just, I didn't want to push my luck, because that was already just a bad situation. And, so then we were taking off, like, then we were leaving, and then we went to the area, like, the changing area, to, like, take off the what are they called? Of course, the skis, the skis. And, like, the guy that was helping us originally, that was giving me attitude, that I was already annoyed with, we were like, "Can you please help us?" Because we couldn't take off the skis, and then he helped my friend take off the boots. And we were having a really difficult time. And he only took off one boot and then walked away. And then, like I said, he was the one I had the issue with. And I said, "He's awful." And then he turned around and he said, "I heard in the corner of my ear what you said." And I was like, blah, 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 blah. Because, like, honestly, like, I talk a big game. But then if somebody hears it, like, if I mean it, if, like, I really want to, like, if you do something mean to me, I'm going to, like, come back at you, I guess. I don't know. That sounded so, like, weak. I'm going to come back at you, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're going to insult me, I'm going to say something back and be like, no, I'll say something back. But, like, maybe in his mind, he thought he wasn't sassy, whatever. I didn't want to, like, call him awful where he heard it. I just wanted to say it, and he didn't hear it. And he came back, and he was like, "Yeah, I heard in the corner of my ear." And I was like, oh, no, he's going to say it, like, that I called him awful. And apparently, my other friend was like, "I need help." And then he, like, came over and helped her, and I was like, oh, thank the heavens, because I didn't want to argue with this guy. And I was about to say, like, no, I said that you were awesome. Like, I was ready to say that. It would have been so weird. He'd been like, "You think I'm awesome?" But he was awful. And then he just literally helped my friend take off her other boot. And I'm over here struggling with my boots. And honestly, like Soprans, when like I have no patience for inanimate objects, to be honest with you. After a while, I just get angry. So I ripped the boots off and I almost broke both my ankles. But I was so angry I couldn't get them off. And like I don't throw like a hissy fit. I mean, I don't punch anything, but I'll just like get really angry and just start flailing my arms and stuff like that. So I didn't want to be like an angry arm flailing too, man. I just wanted to take off the boots, but after a while, like it's no joke. It's just gonna be brute force. That's what I do. Like if something doesn't close, I just shove it in there, or I kick it, or I throw it really hard. And with the boots, they weren't coming off, so I was like, if I break my ankles, I break my ankles because I need to get this off, and I'm getting really angry and really flustered with it. Flustered. So yeah, but overall, it was a great time. It was a really great time, and I think when I go back, I'll be ready for the large slope, and I will keep you guys updated because it's one of my dreams. I guess my smaller dreams is to go on the lift. So I'm excited to do that, but I just wasn't ready. I mean, I was not barely making it down, but I need to become more comfortable with the baby slope, and then I can move up to the adult slope. But that will be next time. Oh, okay. I watched the Britney documentary. And I have some thoughts on it. It's so tough to like make a really, because I'm trying to see both sides. Like I really try to see both sides. Like she's had, a lot of trouble, in her life, and she has kids, so I like that's sort of kind of like the argument for the father to want to keep her under the conservatorship is, what a transition. I gotta say, what a transition. I just went skiing and I was like, the Britney documentary? I don't know, because I don't live in their house, so I can't say, what's right or wrong, but my opinion on it is that, like, she's on the conservatorship where the father makes all the decisions for her, like, where she goes and what she does and, like, controls her money, and I don't know how I feel about that, because it was fine when she was performing and making money. You mean to tell me, like, they're saying she's mentally not well, but she can perform, maybe 6 days a week. I mean, if you have, some mental things you're going through, I don't think you're going to be able to perform every day and make money like that, and the fact that she's doing that, that's not a problem. If she was so not able to make her own decisions, you mean to tell me she's able to perform? So, like, that's really, I mean, I could see if, like, maybe Britney would have to have, like, some counsel, like, I mean, like, they make the decisions for her, so that's why it becomes tough. And then there's, like, some weird kind of thing where she was doing well, and then all of a sudden she was back in, they put her back in, like, a rehab facility, and it's sort of kind of just weird because she's doing well, and then all of a sudden, like, is that to make it look like she needs it? I don't know. It's like, it's so, from watching that, though, you get a really good insight into, like, her side of it. But, and then they showed a performance where she was supposed to come out, and she, like, walked right through the crowd and left. So it's just, I wonder what really is going on there, and I just hope that she is able to make more of her own decisions. Like, I don't see, like, what's wrong with her having to, like, consult some people about some of the things she does, but if it's just, like, going out, if she wants to go out, or if she wants to spend some money, like, it's her money. As long as she's not spending it on anything that could hurt herself, like, I don't see why she needs complete control over her life. Like, I don't agree with that. Because, like I'm saying, if she can perform and do all these things, is she really not able to make her own decisions? That's hard for me to believe. So, that's my stance on it. It's a very interesting documentary, but you sort of get, you get her side. You don't really get his side, but I don't know. I've heard a lot of bad things about the father. So, I just hope, like, things go the way it's supposed to with her. I like Britney Spears. And that documentary really shows, like, how awful she was treated, like, in the spotlight. Like, her and Justin Timberlake were together and they broke up, and then they were saying things like, what did you do to cause this? And friggin' Martha Wallace, or what was her name? Martha Raddatz? I don't know who it was, but they had a governor of somewhere, or a senator, maybe a mayor, but was like, I don't like Britney Spears. If she got hit by a car tomorrow, it would be good for all of us. And it's like, they played that in their interview, and the woman was like, yeah, you could see why she feels that way, right? Because you're such an awful influence on children. And they made her cry. They made her cry. And she was like, ew, that's gross. Like, she was really upset. And I would be too. Because that's literally somebody saying, yeah, I mean, you're such a bad influence on children. You should get hit by a bus. And it would be fine. And it would be a better world without you. Like, how do you say that about someone, first of all? And then they played in the interview to her face. Like, that's just disgusting, honestly. It's disgusting. She was so upset by that. Like, then you cut it out of the interview. And you don't even ask that kind of question just to make her feel bad. And the interviewer was like, you know, you see why she feels that way, right? Britney Spears isn't any child's parent. You're the parent. If you don't want them to see that and you don't like that they're saying, it's Britney, bitch. You know, if you don't like that, don't let your children see it. Britney Spears is not their parent. And if they're looking to Britney Spears to, you know, for making decisions in their life, that means you're not doing a great job with parenting. So that's on you. They literally said it'll be alright if you died because you're a bad influence on children. That's not her problem, and you gotta do some really some soul searching. You know, if you think that that's a problem. But yeah, it was just sad watching that, and I just think that her childhood was like taken away from her. I mean, you know, she was doing what she loved, but then it's just, I don't know how that the celebrity kind of life after a while doesn't take a huge toll on your mental. And that's a lot, and especially if you don't want it anymore. Like, it just seemed like she didn't want it anymore. And then everywhere she goes, you know, people are throwing themselves in front of her car and stuff, and it's just sad. And especially when you have people constantly trying to, like, get you in a vulnerable position and then take advantage of you. It's sad. So I feel bad for her, and I really hope that she's okay. But I'm not gonna conspiracy theorist this whole thing. That's just what I took from it. And they treated her awful, and they treated women awful back in the day too. I mean, just the things that they would say, and like, it was very over sexualized. Like, your boobs look great, you know, that's what everybody's talking about. How do you say that? But that is how it was back in the day. I remember growing up. I mean, that was just normal on television, and I'm happy that's changing, because they treated her so disrespectfully. So if you watch that, you can watch out for that. But you know, that governor, I mean, it would be all right if you died. I mean, are you kidding me? So I watched that. So, you know, you watch it, you send me an email. Let me know how it goes for you. Where was I going next? Where was I going next? And then, so if you're like into comedy, Chris D'Elia put out a short clip on YouTube about, you know, him coming back. I guess not coming back, but his like first kind of public statement since that whole scandal happened with him, and how he was supposedly with, you know, underage girls, but then, you know, then he's saying everybody was of age, and then he was just saying that he, you know, he has, you know, a problem with sex, and that everybody was of age, but then he has like you know, a woman that he just married, and they have a baby. I don't know if they're married. I think that they just have a baby. But he was just saying like he's sorry, and I don't know. I'm nobody's judge and jury. I don't know if it was genuine or not. And it's not my place to say, oh, give this guy a chance, don't give this guy a chance. I mean, I don't know what really happened. He did say that, you know, he was with a lot of women and stuff like that. So, I mean, I hope he gets his life on track, because he has a kid now. But, you know, there was like a lot of like women posting their, you know, messages from him. But I mean, you know, and then some people are saying, were they really underage? Were they not? But, you know, he was being a skis. That's one thing. So, I mean, I think his reputation and his, you know, I think he's done for. Like, even if it wasn't, you know, people that were, like, women that were underage, girls that were underage, it's that's like the stigma that's always going to follow him. So he was like on top of the comedy mountain, and he took a tumble all the way down, and I don't know if he's ever going to recover, and I honestly don't think he is. But yeah, I don't know really. I watched it and I was like, it's interesting to hear his side of it, but I don't know. I think his career is done. But I wonder if he's going to get back into podcasting again. So we shall see about that. So it was an interesting video to watch. Also, if you watch that, shoot me an email. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. And we can discuss. What is going on back there? There's going to be a catastrophe back there. I'm telling you. Just give it a few minutes because I have 2 cats over here that don't get along. Oh, she's looking for trouble. Splitty, come over here. Splitty. Oh. She tripped on a pile of clothes. So yeah, I'm just trying to hit some current events, peeps. Peeps. That sounded awful. But I'm not going to delete it. This is the real me. This is who I am, people. Love me or hate me. This is who I am. Love me for who I am. This is my truth. Splitty out, boy. She's out. Oh, this woman on Jeopardy. It's awful. I was so close to saying. I was literally just gonna say it was on the tip of my tongue. This is fantastic. It's not fantastic though. It's sad, but pretty much really awesome though at the same time. So this woman on Jeopardy, they say, "Hi, my name is Frank, and I own a car store. I mean, not a car store. I own a mechanic's place. Not a mechanic's place. I own an auto body place, and I've been there for 20 years." Like, that's like their intros. It's just like normal, or like, I'm a librarian, and I met Thomas Edison when I was working in the library my first year. It's like something like that. It's a sweet little tidbit, and you move on. Or, I have 8 kids, and then it ends. But this woman says, for her intro, I fell out of a bus twice on crutches. And I don't know who gets more respect from me. Wendy Williams with the fart burp combo, or this lady that had crutches twice and fell out of a bus twice. I must say that is pretty awesome. And not that I wish I seen it, but I did wish I saw that. Because it's definitely not funny when it happens, but probably after I'm not going to say funny, because I know one day somebody could chop this up and then destroy me. Like the stuff I say that I just said maybe could probably destroy me in the future. Like the headline. Do you know Mary Grace laughs at people falling out of buses with crutches? That's not the case, people. But it's just a funny image, okay? Just imagine me then. If you don't want to laugh at somebody else, you could just imagine me hopping off a bus with crutches and busting my ass. Hey. Okay. I gotta watch for these cats, man. But yeah, I knew what's also very funny but shouldn't be funny, but it... Oh, hey, stop! Stop! Splitty, get out of here. I told you it was gonna happen, people. It's just a matter of time. I knew a girl with the neck cast, and I mean, it shouldn't be funny, but the word neck cast is funny, and then the way it looks is just really funny, but I never laughed in her face, because that's actually bullying, and I don't believe in that, but I'll be like, hey girl, and then she would take like 5 minutes to turn around, and like I said, that's just one of the memories that will be in my mind forever, and like, I'll die with that memory, and I'm happy I will, to be honest with you. Yeah, so that was her entrance, not her entrance, that was her intro, and I think that was awesome. Like, what, nobody cares if you owned a bagel shop for 20 years locally, you know what I mean? I care that you fell out of a bus with crutches. That's cool as hell. Put some respect on her name. Respeck. Thank you, Aretha Franklin, because I was having some trouble there. I was like, R-E-S-P-C, and then I just like, oh, the K goes there. I mean, if you know me, I wouldn't laugh if you fell out of a bus with crutches. Don't be like, oh, I don't want to be friends with her anymore. She sounds mean. That's not the case. If you fell, I wouldn't laugh. Maybe when I got home, but I wouldn't laugh when it happens. Okay, people? I'm not evil. Let me move on because now it's like I'm digging a bigger hole and it's like now I'm seeing less of the light as I go further down. You know what I'm saying? You know what show like really, really, really pisses me off? It's pissing me off. The Masked Singer. My whole family watches it. It's like the Super Bowl for the whites. You know, they love that. They love Masked Singer. And, you know, it's so ridiculous. Like, they have, like, honestly, like, the costumes are really cool. Like, they have, like, little wildebeests and little one-eyed cyclopses and little, like, they have, like, one of those Russian eggs. They also had, like, a frog with a pimp outfit on. And, wait, before I get into that, my aunt, she was like, look at this video. And she showed me, and it was like on the Masked Singer, and it was like a monster taking off its head. And she was like, you're not gonna believe who's under there. And I was like, who? And it was like, all you see is like this little green fuzzy object, and it's like, come here, baby. It was Kermit. Kermit was under the mask in the Masked Singer. A Muppet. A puppet Muppet. A friggin' Muppet, bruh. Was under one of the Masked Singer. One of the Masked Singers was under the Muppet was another Muppet. Kermit. Your boy Kermit. Was under the mask. Was under the costume mask. He said, hey guys. And that was awful. That was awful. It was, I'm just gonna do the usual. Come here, baby. You know, it was a Muppet under the Muppet. And that's why I can't watch that show. Because you're never gonna think Kermit the Frog is under one of under one of those masks is Kermit the Frog. You would think it's a human at least. And then they have a Muppet. A friggin' Muppet. Under the costumed mask. Under the masked costume guy. Or girl. Or thing. You know, and then the hints they give, it's like, all right, here's the hints. And it's like the freaking squeaky ass voice. They're like,
I grew up in a house and I have 2 parents. I hope you can find out who I am.
and it's like, what? So that narrows it down to about maybe 9 billion people. That is the most ridiculous. And they'll put like a banana peel like in the video, and it's like, do they like bananas? Do they usually wear yellow shirts? It's like impossible. And then next thing you know, it's like Janet Jackson under there. Like, how was I ever gonna make the connection? And they have a Muppet. What was his backstory? I date pigs. I'm green. I mean, are you kidding me? What were his hints? Let me see if I could Google that and find out what his hints were. Let's see. Kermit the Frog. Masked Singer hints. Let's see. There's a whole article about it. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, so are they not gonna tell me? Or... Let me see. Let me see the clues. Wait. What has he been up to since his very public breakup with Miss Piggy? When did that happen? And why? He probably cheated on her with another Muppet. I think he was like that. I know my boy Kermit was doing all that. You gotta respect Miss Piggy. I think she's a real one. Or maybe she was chilling with the Grouch, with the guy who hangs out in the dumpster. He has anger issues. All right, let's see. Now they're just listing Kermit's accomplishments, which is just, can you please tell me what the hints were? Ugh. They like made a statement that he likes meatballs, and you're supposed to connect that to the Swedish chef. You know, I mean, it's virtually impossible. And if you're gonna guess, you're not gonna say, maybe, just maybe there's a Muppet under there. You're never gonna think that. So, that's why I can't do it. I can't do it, people. It's just too much. It's too much on my mental. I can't do that. And then I watched the Meghan Markle interview. And then, so my take on that, honestly, I don't know what to believe. Because you're only getting her side of the story, and I would like to get the royal side of the story too. And I just feel like I love before the interview, she was like, none of these, we didn't go over any of these questions. I don't think that's the truth. So that already that put me in a weird place for that interview, because I was like, is that the truth? Did she really not know the questions? I don't think, why would she do that? Why would she go into a situation where, something could potentially have a bad, result for her, like that it would be something, maybe she would say something, or Oprah would say something that would be bad for her reputation. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna get into what I think was right, what I think was wrong, what I think. I don't know. I didn't go to the royal castle. I didn't chill out with Sir Lancelot. I didn't see the dudes with the big fuzzy hats. I don't know. So I can't, and I don't know her personally, so I'm not gonna say, oh, I think I'm right. But I would just love to see what the royals would have to say, and then try to dissect in the middle, what is what. But just the whole, we didn't know any of the questions ahead of time. I don't believe that. But the fact that there's some things I was like, but then you have Harry backing her up, so why would he just go against his family if it wasn't the truth? But she said something, she said that she was thinking about committing suicide, and there's some people was she, I mean, I don't think there's anybody's place to say, I don't know if she was, and I think I can absolutely believe that, honestly, because they were just Megs it, and they were just they spoke about, even in the interview, that Pippa Middleton Middletown was having avocado toast, and they were like, oh, look at Pippa, she's eating avocado toast, it's very popular here, and it's become a trend. And then they had Megan with a Y, awesome, Megan eating the avocado toast, and they were like, she's eating the avocado toast, and there's kids dying from picking the avocados, and they got nothing to eat. They literally made the story that she was creating an avocado famine from eating avocado toast. They were really ripping her ass a new one. Honestly, the Brits, they were on her. Everything she did, it was, there's a lot of bad press. And I mean, like I said, with connecting that back to the Britney Spears, I don't know how much of that you can take, being in the public eye, and then just the constant name calling, and the constant, just imagine going online and reading all these awful things about yourself, and then, that some of it's not even true. So I definitely believe that she was suicidal. I can see that. That's just a lot of pressure to have on any human being. And yeah, I just hope, whatever's right happens in that situation. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling. I was talking about this with my dad, and then we both think that that's going to come back to bite them in the ass. I don't know how, but it's just weird. And then they were talking about their new streaming, service they're putting out, and it's Like, I wonder what was the real motive of that interview, because she's been out of the spotlight. Like, they ripped her a new one, and then she was out of the spotlight for like almost a year now with COVID and everything. Like, nobody was talking about them. So I don't know why they would do that. Like, why would they just willingly put themselves back in the spotlight again, unless they wanted to? Unless she really felt like it was important for her to tell her side of the story. But other than that, why would you throw yourself back in this place that was very difficult to get out of? So, but you know what I took from that interview? There should be like a royal face-off. Harry versus William. It'll be a toupee match. Whoever can like slap a toupee on the other wins. Or you have Meghan versus the Queen, baby. I would buy a t-shirt for that event, honestly. I'll be like, Crikey, and Muppets, and you twat. You know, I would be just screaming a bunch of weird words that I think sound great with a British accent, honestly. I would be like, maybe, I'm not gonna lie, like, if the tickets were $1,000, I'm buying tickets, bro. If it's gonna be Meghan Markle versus the Queen, come on. And put them in like a boxing match with like funny objects, like, whipped cream, or my cat's eating their food back there, but like, give them not whipped cream. Like, that's like a little weird. I mean, not whipped cream. I was gonna say a bowling ball, but not that either. Like funny objects, like, like maybe a trampoline. Put a trampoline in there. Maybe like a slip and slide, like a greased up slip and slide. I just think it would be really cool. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I just think like that would be the battle of the century. I think that would be like the blockbuster hit. Like, that'll be bigger than who just came out of retirement. Mike Tyson and that bald guy. I don't know what his name. John Alexander. They were going at it, and that was awful. But I mean, if they had Meghan versus the Queen, oh my gosh, that would like just create so much unity with like us and the Brits. Even though we're all right, but I just mean like that would bring America and the Brits together. We can all root for someone. And I just think that would be amazing. And everybody, I don't even know where I was going with that, honestly. But seriously, if they were like $1,000 a ticket, Meg versus the Queen. Megxit, the Queen. And then they crown whoever wins will become the actual queen. Like, that would just be wild, man. Well, I guess that's something for me to dream about tonight. But I just think that would be, I think the world would explode after that. I just think that would be just too much for the world to handle. For the, Meg putting the Queen in like a headlock and then the Queen dropping an elbow on Meg, it would just be Meg. And then you have like maybe Pippa Middleton. I know that she's like, there's a lot of drama between Pips and Meg, and maybe like Pippa is refereeing, and then she does some dirty refereeing, and then the Queen sits out, and then like her and Pippa go at it. It would just be awesome. Like, there's so many possibilities. But yeah, I wouldn't even go in voting for anybody. I'd just go in with an open mind and an open spirit, and I would just like have like, maybe they'll sell like half shirts, like, the Queen with her hands up, and then Meg with her hands up, like verses, and I would just buy a cool t-shirt and just snort some cocaine. I'm just kidding, I don't do that, but I just mean like that would just be such an event. So I think I'd have to do something wild, like maybe get like a, Meg versus the Queen tattoo on my back or something. I don't know. I don't know where this was going. This is just getting out of control, but I mean, you see how excited I am about that? I would buy a foam finger, a t-shirt. I'd have to go buck wild. Like, I think like people are like, if you've ever seen me at my wildest, I think that would be like a wild night for me. So like I said, that would be the biggest blockbuster of the century, I think, maybe of a lifetime. Not even a lifetime. I think of all, like, that's like, you would say like, oh, Abraham Lincoln versus George Washington, like that would be cool, whatever, but these two, that would be awesome. And then you have, Meg with her, American accent. Then you have the queen like, Meg, Meg. Meg's gonna be like, excuse me, queen. She's very, she talks very proper. It would just be like, just wonder what would happen, I think if the world wouldn't explode, I think my mind would explode. And I think I would be able to die happy. I don't know. I think about this stuff too much, honestly. I should be worried about getting a job and settling down, having kids. And I'm over here thinking about, what if, like, the queen fought Meg in a battle royale? You know what I mean? I guess it's a shame in a way. I don't know. It makes me laugh. I went to Topgolf. That was cool. I hit a ball so hard, I thought it was gonna, like, leave the place. And that makes me smile because that's one of my dreams, and I'm getting there, people. I only hit like 3 balls, but one of them went. And then my other friend swings the golf club like a baseball bat. It's awesome. It makes me smile. Somebody at my job got hit with a forklift. That was awful. I had to explain to my boss. Well, I was going over there, and then the lady's okay, I hear, but thank God for that. But I was going to the bathroom, and they were blocking the bathroom. She was crying. I didn't know what was going on. And there were, like, guys wearing all black with the American flag thing. And I was like, they must have robbed the place while I was over there. And I was like, damn, I missed it. And then I realized there was an ambulance. And I was walking towards the bathroom. They were there. And I pulled a Homer Simpson. And I, like, walked back into the, put my hands up and walked back slowly. Because that's just what I do in situations where it's uncomfortable. And I didn't do it on purpose or to be funny. It's just my natural reaction. Which is probably bad. But yeah, I backed up, and then I told my boss doesn't speak English, so I was like, I'll change the name to protect the innocent. And I was like, Margarita, forklift. And then my boss was like, oh, Margarita's husband die. And I was like, wait, husband? And she was like, no. Husband, wife. Margarita, husband, not husband's wife, husband, sister, die. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awful. Oh, that's so sad, And then I just stopped the conversation because she did not understand what I said, and I didn't know what was going on, honestly. And then my other boss came over and told her what happened, and then she told me, she goes, Mary, Margarita, forklift. And I was like, I know. But yeah, it was awful. Thank God I didn't see it. But she's okay, so. But what is going on in my life, If you're ever wondering, Coworker got hit by a forklift. What a shame. But she's okay, so I'm happy. That's all that matters, But, this pretty much wraps it up, man. It's been a fun podcast. I have some cool stuff happening and, in the works. I did a voiceover for something. I'm not going to tell you a lot about it because it's one of my friend's projects and it's awesome. I'm so excited for it. I had so much fun and I just can't wait for that to come out and for it to be shared with the world. I'll keep you updated on that as it gets closer. I'm doing stand-up in a month. I'm doing a show and I'm super excited. And it's going to be filmed, so if people can't come out, you can watch it, so I'm super excited for that. And yeah, so I'm going to get my stuff together, write some funny stuff, and maybe even, take some stuff from the podcast, because there's been some things that even, that make me laugh. And as long as it makes me laugh, you have to be authentic. So if it comes from your heart, if it comes from your heart and people need to see that you're authentic, and that's what I hope to bring to the table. So yeah, a lot of fun and exciting things coming up. I'll keep you guys updated on that as it happens, as it gets closer. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I'm happy to be back, and I'm hoping for this to be weekly. It's just that, sometimes I don't have enough. So, well, I love you guys. Peace out. I hope you have a great weekend, week, night, day and night. The lonely stoner keeps dreams in his mind. That was awful. That's all. If I'm gonna stop there because it's just getting bad. It's not really much for me to say. But thank you so much. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. Peace out. Peace out, Muppets. Come here, baby. Good night, guys. I'll see you soon. I'll speak to you next week. I think I'm gonna throw up from the bubble tea now. So, I will leave. Goodbye.